Hi, in this recording we are going to talk about some of the major awards in children's literature. So as a classroom teacher in elementary school, you're going to be very busy. Yet you want to put high quality books in the hands of your students, not just for their independent reading, but also in terms of your instruction. So being aware and being familiar with Children's Book Awards can help you quickly select books that are of high quality that you will want to share with your students. So that's why we're talking about them in this class, so you can become familiar with them, know they're out there, and know that you can turn to these awards to help you find books for the students in your class. Now, I don't want to imply that a book that has not received an award is a bad book. Like, there are many wonderful books out there that just haven't received awards for one reason or another. You should certainly consider those books if they meet your students' interests as well as your instructional needs, but I'm just saying that book awards are a handy way of identifying quality books. So the oldest children's book award in the United States is the Newbery Medal, and this is given to the author of the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children. So this is an award that is given for high quality writing. And the Newbery Medal has been awarded since, I don't remember offhand, I think around 1922 or something like that, so it's very old. And it is given each year by the Association of Library Service to Children, which is a division of the American Library Association. And in fact, most of the awards that we're going to be talking about are given by the Association of Library Service to Children. They are considered to be a very prestigious group in the children's literature field, and the book awards that they give out are given a lot of, or are highly regarded by people, in the field of children's literature. So a book that was published in, say, 2014 would be eligible to receive the 2015 Newbery Award. And a book published right now, this year in 2015, would be eligible for a 2016 Newbery Award. So that's kind of how the cycle with Newberys works. And the Newbery Award is announced, the winners are announced usually in January, sometimes in February at the American Library Association's midwinter meeting. And what's cool about that is they actually show like a live stream of the action. So if you're really interested, you can watch them announce the awards in real time. And they're also tweeted in real time. So that's really something that's enjoyable to watch. So when the American Library Association announces their book award winners, it's kind of like the Oscars for people who are enthusiasts of children's books. And if you can't tell already, I am one of those people. So here I have on the side the 2015 crop of Newbery books. And usually the Association of Library Service to Children Committee, or the Newbery Medal Committee, awards one book with the Newbery Medal, and that book is considered to be the best of the best for that particular year. But oftentimes it also designates honor books. And honor books are really high quality books that you should definitely consider, using in your classroom. But, the committee just happened not to pick those books to be the winner of all winners, but honor books are still considered really, really great books. And on any other day, perhaps one of those honor books could have become the medal winner if someone was just feeling a little differently that day when participating on the committee. So anyhow, oftentimes when you see a Newbery Medal winner, you will see this gold seal that you see on this book here, the crossover. And if you see a Newbery Honor book, you'll have this silver seal like you see on this book, El Defo, or on Brown Girl Dreaming right here. So that's what those seals mean. Gold for the medal, silver for the honors. Then we have the Caldecott Medal, and the Caldecott Medal is also given by the Association of Library Service to Children. And the Caldecott Medal goes to the illustrator of an outstanding picture book. So this award is given for illustrations, whereas the Newbery Medal is given for writing. And the Caldecott Medal has also been around for a really long time. I think that it was first awarded in 1938, so it's also an old and prestigious book award. So some of your own favorites from your childhood might be Caldecott winners. A lot of people grow up reading The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. I would say that many, many children are familiar with Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are. Those are both past winners of the Caldecott Medal. This year's winner is The Adventures of Beagle, The Unimaginary Friends by Dan Santot, and that's also one that's really enjoyable and one that I liked very much, so perhaps you'll want to read that for one of your assignments for this course. Then we have the Ghazal Award, and this is a fairly recent award. I want to say that it was instituted in 2006, but it might have been instituted a little bit earlier. But anyway, it was started in the 2000s, so it's a fairly new award. And the Ghazal Award is given to the authors and illustrators of books that are intended for really young readers, so students who are just learning how to read. So if you are teaching, say, kindergarten or first grade, it might be wise for you to turn to the Ghazal Award for some quality books that you might want to share with your students. And the Ghazal Award is actually named after someone you might know, Dr. Seuss. That was his real name, was Theodore Geisel. So, named after him. Then we have the Coretta Scott King Award, and this is given to both authors and illustrators. And in order to win a Coretta Scott King Award, the authors and illustrators are African American, because the intent behind this award is to celebrate the art and the writing of African American authors and illustrators. So, awards are given to both authors and illustrators. They give an award to the best author, an award to the best illustrator, and they also designate honor titles. And on this slide I have a few Coretta Scott King Award winners that I have especially enjoyed, but there are many. This award, I think, was instituted in the 1970s, so there are many Coretta Scott King winners out there. Then we have the Bachelder Award, which is an award that to me is really interesting, and I've actually done quite a bit of research and studies on the Bachelder Award, so I've read many Bachelder books. And the Bachelder Award is given to books that were originally published in another country and written in another language, and then translated to English and published in the United States for the enjoyment of American children. So the idea behind the creation of the Bachelder Award is to encourage international exchange of children's literature and to encourage qualities like compassion and understanding from people that are, from different parts of the world. So oftentimes Bachelder books are chapter books, but occasionally they are picture books. And a lot of these books I've found in my own reading of them tend to be focused on World War II. A lot of these books tend to originate from Europe, but there are some that are from countries outside of Europe. And I definitely have found in my reading of them that I've really expanded my frame of reference about the world, and I know a lot more about world history as a result of reading these books. So you can read them for entertainment, but I guarantee you'll probably learn something from them as well. Then we have the Pura Belpre Award, and this is given to Latina and Latino authors and illustrators for books that depict Latino and Latina culture. And the award has been given annually since the year 2008, but it was first developed in 1996 when it was only given biannually. So these are some great books that you should definitely check out. You can certainly read some of them for your book, picture book bibliography assignment. One of the recent winners is Separate is Never Equal, Sylvia Mendez and Her Family's Fight for Desegregation. And this book was really interesting to me because it tells about a Mexican-American family in California who fought against school segregation because their children were forced to attend a Mexican school, which was inferior to the school that white children were allowed to attend. And I wasn't aware of this, chapter in civil rights history. And this happened before the Brown versus the Board of Education decision in 1954. So this family was paving the way and leading the fight against school segregation. Then we have the Arab American Book Award, and this award is given to books that are written by and written about Arab Americans. So you don't necessarily have to be an Arab American yourself in order to win this award. And this was established in 2006 by the Arab American National Museum. They also give awards to books written for adults, but they do have a child and young adult book category. And one thing I should mention when I'm talking about many of these multicultural awards, like the Arab American Award and the Pura Belpre Award and the Coretta Scott King Award, is the fact that you're going to have children in your classroom who come from many different cultural backgrounds, and you want to validate those children and connect them to their cultures by including books that reflect their lives and their cultures. So it's really important that you're familiar, especially with many of these multicultural book awards. So another multicultural book award is the American Indian Youth Literature Award, and this honors books that are written by or written about Native American people. And they include several different categories like picture books, books for middle school readers, as well as young adult books. And this is a fairly new award. It was first instituted in 2006. And one of the best known winners of this book award is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie, which is a really outstanding book on a number of levels. It just deals with some very realistic and heartbreaking themes. However, the reading level might be much too high for elementary students, and many of the situations and themes that are presented would probably not be appealing to elementary students. I would say this is a book that middle school and up would probably prefer, so not really necessarily an elementary school book. Then we also have the Asian Pacific American Award for Literature, and this is given to books that depict Asian or Pacific American culture. And much like the American Indian Award that we talked about a moment ago, this also has different categories, like a picture book versus books for more intermediate grade level readers, as well as young adult books. Then we have the Schneider Family Book Award, and recently this award was, I think it was given by a private foundation, but now it's a book award that's given by the American Library Association, much like the Newbery Medal and the Caldecott Medal, the Coretta Scott King Award, and many of the other awards that we've been talking about. And books that receive this award are meant to honor people who are exceptional, people who have disabilities in various forms. And they have different categories, like for young adults, for middle school readers, and for children. So if you're looking for books that show exceptional people, it's really great to turn to winners of this particular award. Then we have the Scott ODell Award, and this was established by Scott ODell, who is a children's author who is best known for his works of historical fiction. If you were an avid reader as a child, you might know some of his books like Island of the Blue Dolphins and Julie of the Wolves. Those are some that I read when I was young. And the Scott ODell Award is given to works of historical fiction, so books that fall within that genre are eligible to receive this award. And likely you are familiar with some books that have received this award. For example, a lot of children in school read Sarah Plain and Tall. That won a Newbery Medal, but it also won a Scott ODell Award. Then there are also awards that are given out for nonfiction children's books. One award is the Orbis Pictus Award, and that is given by the National Council of Teachers of English every year. They designate an award winner, and they also designate honor books as well as recommended books. So every year they come out with this list of outstanding informational books for children. And this year's Orbis Pictus winner was the family Romanov, Murder, Rebellion in the Fall of Imperial Russia by Candace Fleming. And that book is just awesome. The writing is just really engaging, and it just tells a really fascinating story about the last family, or the last royal family in Russia. And there's another award that's given by the Association of Library Service to Children called the Cybert Medal, and that medal is also given to outstanding informational books. And much like the Newbery Medal and the Caldecott Medal, every year, a medal winner is designated along with several honor titles. One Cybert honor book that I've enjoyed recently is Neighborhood Sharks, which is all about sharks and their eating habits and how their bodies are constructed in order to capture their prey and so on. So really interesting book. So that's a great source to turn to, any one of those awards, if you're looking for informational books to include in your classroom. And there are many other children's book awards out there. Here are a few more. One is the Notable Books for a Global Society, and that's given by the Children's Literature and Reading Special Interest Group of the International Literacy Association. So every year they compile a list of 25 outstanding books that have global or multicultural themes that are meant to teach children about compassion and diversity. So I've included the link on this slide in case you're interested. They do have a list in PDF form that you can download, and they post that on their website every year. And it would be awesome if you could check that out, because I'm actually secretary of the group that puts out this book award, so it's kind of near and dear to me, because I'm involved in that particular group. So, and if you want to know more about that book award or joining that group, I am happy to tell you, so just let me know. And then we also have the Children's Literature Assembly, which is a group that's affiliated with the National Council of Teachers of English. They also put out a book list called Notable Children's Books in the English Language Arts. And then a couple of other professional organizations like the National Council of Social Studies and the National Science Teachers Association. They also evaluate children's books every year, and they put together these lists of books that are excellent for teaching social studies and for teaching science. So if you're looking for great books to include in social studies or science lesson plans, those would be great sources that you should consider turning to. So I know that was a lot of information thrown at you real quick, but if you have any questions about Children's Book Awards or you want to share something about them with me, please let me know. Thank you.